Hey everyone! We're always told that school is for our benefit, right? To help us grow. But what if that's not its main purpose? What if the whole system is actually designed for something else entirely? That's the provocative idea we're digging into today.
So this really boils down to one huge question. Is school actually for your personal development, or is it for control? I mean, is it there to help you become a wise, free-thinking person? Or is it a system designed to manage people? Everything we're about to look at is seen through that lens.
All right, so here's the author's core argument, and it's a big one. The education system, it's not actually for you. Nope, it's really this complex machine built to keep the state stable and running smoothly.
Now that is a massive claim, right? So how on earth do you back that up? Well, the author lays out this really interesting formula. It's like a special lens for weighing the different parts of the system to see what's really going on. It's meant to reveal this hidden imbalance. Let's dive in.
Okay, so this thing is called the formula of everything. Think of it as a tool for analyzing the system's real inputs and outputs, not just the nice-sounding goals we always hear about. And there's one key rule to this whole thing. The 5 components we're about to break down have to add up to 5, always. So the formula has 5 parts: volume, resources, time, quality, and meaning. V+R+T+Q+M. Now, let's get into how the author scores each one, because this is where, according to the argument, the system's true colors start to show. First up is V for volume. This gets a full point, a 1. Why? Because the system is massive. It touches pretty much everyone, forcing us all into more than a decade of the same standardized program. Next is R, resources. That also gets a full point, and it's easy to see why, right? The government, our parents, they pour a ton of money and effort into keeping this whole machine chugging along. Then we have T for time. Yep, another one. This one's big because it basically swallows up the most creative and energetic years of your life. We're talking your entire childhood and youth. Okay, so V, R, and T, that's 3 points already. But this is where the whole argument takes a wild turn. We get to Q for quality, and its score is, wait for it, just 0.1. A shockingly low number. The reason? The author argues there's almost zero freedom. Individuality gets squashed, and that natural curiosity we're born with, it just fades away.
So you're probably thinking, wait, if quality is only 0.1, how do we get to 5? Well, here's the twist. The argument is that the system makes up for it with an illusion. The last variable, M for meaning, gets this hugely inflated score of 2.9. Think about it. We're constantly told things like knowledge is power, or education is the key to success. According to this view, that's all part of a story, a big narrative of purpose that's designed to cover up the fact that the actual quality is so low.
And this chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? I mean, look at that tiny little bar for quality on the left. It's barely there. And then bam, look at the huge bar for meaning on the right. This visual really gets to the heart of the argument. It's a picture of an illusion, a supposed balance that's just hiding a system that isn't actually delivering what it promises. So here it is, the final scorecard. You can see the numbers all add up to 5, so technically it's balanced. But the author's point is that this balance is a total mirage. You've got these huge inputs, all our time, all our resources, all these people producing something of incredibly low quality. And the only thing holding it all together is this completely made-up sense of meaning. Okay, so that's the framework, the theory. But what does this actually look like in real life? What's the human cost of this, fake balance? To get at that, the author shares some really personal stories that show the real price of forcing everyone to conform. This quote really sets the stage. The author talks about their own grandson, and it's a pretty heartbreaking case study. They paint this picture of a kid who, before he ever set foot in a classroom, had these amazing, unique talents. And then they just had to watch as the system did its thing. And the before and after here is just, wow, it's so stark. Before school, you have this kid with an almost supernatural sense of direction, who knew everything there was to know about cars, a true expert. But after 5 years in the system, the author says those natural gifts were just gone, diminished, and replaced with rote memorization.
And to show the flip side, the author talks about mentoring their granddaughters directly. For one, who was obsessed with tech, they got her a laptop. For the other, who was all about creative play, a makeup kit. And the result? They were happy. Why? Because their own unique interests were being encouraged, not stamped out and replaced with something uniform.
Which brings up a huge question. Why? Why would a system do this? Well, according to the author, it's not an accident. This whole process of suppressing individuality is part of a much bigger, deliberate strategy to break down the most powerful teaching force there is, the family.
And who are the most natural mentors in a family? Grandparents. I mean, think about it. They've got a lifetime of experience, they love you unconditionally, and they often have the time to share what they know. From the author's perspective, that powerful natural bond is a direct threat to a system that needs everyone to be the same. And this leads to what the author calls out as a clear 3-step strategy to remove these mentors from the picture. Step 1, raise the retirement age. Step 2, people are forced to work longer, and poof, the free time vanishes. And what happens then? Step 3, kids are left with school and gadgets instead of family, and that all-important link between generations gets cut.
So, where does all this lead? What's the final and frankly pretty unsettling conclusion here? After breaking everything down with the formula and the personal stories, what does the author claim the system's real goal actually is?
Well, here's the bottom line from the author's perspective. The system's purpose has almost nothing to do with helping you become a wise, free-thinking person. It's about maintaining the status quo. It's about creating obedient workers and, crucially, breaking those family bonds that could create people who might, question things.
To put it in the author's own blunt terms, it's a system designed to prepare soldiers and workers, not creators and innovators. And so, this entire critique really leaves us with one final massive question to chew on. If the system is as broken as this author claims, then who should really be teaching our kids? Who is truly equipped to pass on the wisdom and the skills they need to be free? The state or the family? That's a question that really sticks with you.